Welcome to Narrowboat that James built. I hope you're very well. Thanks for joining me. I'm afraid there is no cruising in today's video. There's no questionable DIY skills either. This is about the fact that recently I think I've developed the narrowboating blues, and I will try to explain to you the myriad of reasons as to why. As an Englishman, obviously, it's my duty to complain about the weather. This winter's weather has been particularly bad though. Yesterday I had sleet, sideways rain, gale force winds, I had branches falling down on the boat. It's just horrible, and it's just gone on and on and on. It doesn't look like it's going to stop either. They're talking about it being a white Easter, which we just need the spring to come, but it really does take its toll. And you know, the obvious things, muddy towpaths, wet, you know, everything's wet and damp and slippery and stuff, that's all pretty obvious. But for me, as a continuous cruiser, certainly in this neck of the woods and with kids, it poses additional problems as well.
Well done, girls. Well done.
The kids obviously still love it on the boat. They do find it exciting. They enjoy spending time here. However, certainly the younger ones, the 15-year-old obviously less so. But in the winter, it's made a lot harder, certainly with this weather. They're just less inclined to be here. They're more confined to the inside of the boat. There's less stuff to do outside. I'm forever telling the little ones not to jump on and off the boat, and they're all going to slip or whatever. So it's a bit more restrictive for them. And given the fact that certainly around Rickmansworth, where parking near the canal is, well, there's nothing. It's quite a long walk for them back and forth and stuff. And essentially it's just less fun for them, and they vote with their feet. So and coupled with the fact that their mum's also, a bit of anxiety with them being on the boat in the winter. Things are slippery, more fall hazards, and it's colder and stuff. So I totally get all of that, but as a result of which, it means that the kids have been here less, which I don't know, I feel a little bit more like lonely and isolated and stuff, just because I haven't spent that much time with the kids on the boat, which really kind of does take its toll. It's it's certainly a massive contributing factor to my narrowboating blues. But there's another one. I'm not the only boater at things like this. One of the most amazing things about the way we live is the community in which we live in, and that community is much more vocal in the spring and the summer when the weather's nice and people are outside on a towpath. They're sorting things out on their boat. There's more boat movement. The locks are busier, and different people are mooring up all the time. This time of year, everyone hunkers down, rightfully so. It's horrible outside, but there's much less kind of boat banter and towpath natterings, and that's it's such a crucial part. As I said, for me certainly, it's such a crucial part as to why I'm attracted to this kind of lifestyle. It's because of the people, and you see less of them and you spend less time with them this time of year. But I've got another problem as well. This has only dawned on me in this winter, because last winter I was at P&S Marine on the stilts getting some work done on the prop shaft. So this has been my first winter on the water, navigating, and our cruising habits have changed in the winter because, well, for two reasons. Firstly, it's not as enjoyable to move around and stuff, but secondly, Rob and I really needed to capitalise on the fact that in the area between Calroast and Rickmansworth, that's where we've got to spend the majority of our time. So we've been maxing out the time in each pound, 2 weeks in each one. And sometimes, therefore, you only really move a lock, 2 locks, or 3 locks or whatever before you get to the next zone where you're going to spend the next 2 weeks. Therefore, this boat hasn't had like a proper decent run for months. As I said, September last year was the last time this went out on a proper journey. And it needs a change of scenery, I feel. I mean, I know I do, but you kind of feel like the boat wants to do decent journeys, much like a car. You don't want it just to run to the shops. Every now and then it needs to be opened up, and that's what I feel like the boat does. So our cruising habits in the winter have been kind of quite curtailing, if you like. So I'm hoping that the spring will inspire me to, I don't know, do something like the Wendover Arm and go down there and do 2 weeks at the bottom of that. But at least it's a different, it's a change of scenery, and you can actually, say, open up the taps, you can cruise, you know, for more than 30 minutes without stopping for a lock, because it's really quite lock heavy around here. So when you do move, you're not moving far. But it's had to be the way it is, both for Rob and I, but, you know, because of work commitments. I've got my car, working in and around London, I need my car, I need access to trains, access to buses and all of that stuff. So I can't go out and do a 3-day thing and go up to Slapton or somewhere pretty in the countryside because of work. However, that's all about to change. So yeah, I've been made redundant from work. I was telling the members about this in the members video last week. It's been going on for a couple of weeks, obviously, and it's not what I wanted to happen at all. But it's not the end of the world, so it will be all right. What's the old saying? I think when a door closes, a window opens, or window closes, a door, something closes and something opens. So I'm sure I'll be fine. And it's not technically narrowboating blues, but the redundancy and the fact I don't have a job does kind of have impacts in other areas of life. So it hasn't helped the overall mood of things, let's put it like that. And it does bring about some changes. Okay, the timing of this has not been particularly good. The cost of living crisis kind of is what it is, and it won't surprise you to learn that I have a rather hefty child maintenance bill to pay every month, so I cannot rest on my laurels, and obviously I would. I'm applying for proper jobs, but in the meantime, this is kind of all I've got. You guys and YouTube, and I'm not going to ask you for any money, don't worry about that, but I am going to ask you for a favour. You're going to start to see some changes on the channel. Basically, a few adverts are going to be coming in from companies that have asked me to do stuff. Now, I have been asked hundreds of times to do hundreds of things over the last couple of years on YouTube, most of which I've said no to. I've done that thing for EcoFlow, but that's about it, because a lot of the stuff's just tat, it's rubbish, or it's got literally zero relevance to what we do at all. So, and there's just no point in that at all, even if they are offering money. And they were, I didn't need it then, they still are now, I do need it now, but I'm still saying no to it, because if it's not relevant or if it's not good, I won't do it. But you will start to see some which are good and which are relevant. And the favour I'd like to ask you is, obviously I'm never going to put anything up which is going to cost you anything, but for any of these kind of free trials or anything like this, or I'd be really, it'd mean a lot to the channel, certainly, and for the campaign success, if you guys were to do whatever the call of action it is to do. So if it's to download an app and register on something, it's a numbers game. It would be massively beneficial to me and the channel if you could do that, because then these companies will come back to me and ask me for more and more and more. And I said, if it is relevant for you guys and if it is a half decent product or service, then why not? Win-win. Okay, members videos. This is something I don't often harp on about. I'm often asked by people, how do I join the channel and things like that? And I use today as an opportunity to sell it to you. Basically, I would like as many people to become members as possible, because it's a really good way for the channel to earn money. And obviously that really, really helps, certainly at the moment. For membership, basically, there's about 70 videos in there at the moment. And it all dates back, well, not all of it, but some of it dates back as far as when I was at North Kilworth Wharf. And membership kind of takes 4 forms. So you get the same whatever you pay, but it comes down to your generosity, really. But it starts off at the lowest amount possible, which is 99 pence per month. And for that, obviously, you get everything. But if you want to be more generous, you can go up to £2, £4, or I think £9. So, yeah, if you can, that would be great. I'm going to be putting up probably 2 or 3 members videos a week. At the moment, it's all going to be about kind of how I go about rebuilding stuff and plans and everything like that. I'm trying to be as optimistic and as positive as I can be for everything. And to be honest, I kind of am. I go through peaks and troughs, but generally I'm pretty optimistic about everything. There's loads of good stuff planned for the boat. Obviously, it's Project 57. There's other things part of being positive is by creating good things and by planting some seeds, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So on the members videos, I'll be showing you all of this, and I'll be kind of describing and going through it, not day by day, but pretty much, every other day by every other day. So if you can join, then that will be really, really useful. And as I said, so on the description of this video, I will leave a link to that to join. I think you can't see it on all devices. So I think if you're watching on a TV, I think it's quite hard to join the channel. If you're watching on a phone, I think it's quite hard. But if you're on a laptop or a computer, PC, it's easy. But I'll put a link into this, so hopefully if you are on any device, you can sign up. And as I said, it starts at 99p a month, and it'll be a great help. So thank you. So that's it. That's why I've kind of got the narrowboating blues. Some of them, like the weather and cruising patterns and socialising and everything like that, I've felt by loads of people up and down the car. I speak to a few boaters, and they're all kind of saying the same. It's been a bit kind of a long and hard winter for us all. So I hope this has provided a little bit of comfort or solace to some people. Obviously the other bits and pieces going on in my own life, like the redundancy and the kids and all that, it is what it is. But for me it's about remaining positive, remaining upbeat, and because I know that the more good stuff you put out there, the more positive attitude you have, the more good stuff that comes back. So I will, you don't have to worry about me. I know some of you do, but I will be fine. And, I'm optimistic and looking forward to the future. And a big part of that is kind of making things happen. And much like if you book a holiday for 8 months in advance, it's in the calendar, it's there, it's something to look forward to. Well, Rob and I have done our own mini version of that, and we have agreed that we're going to do the Crick Boat Show this May. I think we're going to do the Saturday. So we don't know what the logistics are getting up there yet. We're going to work that out in the next few days, and I'll keep you guys informed. But yeah, that'll be our plan. So that's a nice thing. It's obviously the weather will hopefully be really nice. It's a part of the navigation that both Rob and I have done. Remember, he bought his boat up in North Kilworth Marina, not far off the same time that I got mine down here. So we both made the trip, but we were both like caning it because we had to get down to London at a certain time. So it would be quite nice to go back and revisit some of those places. I vaguely remember Gayton Junction and Napton and places like that. So it'd be nice to, or is it Norton? I still can't remember. Anyway, one of those two. It'll be nice to kind of revisit those places, like Stoke Bruin and stuff. It'd be lovely just to go back to some of those spots. So that's a really good thing. I think in terms of the boat's own cruising habits, I think we're just going to slowly make our way back up to Cowroast. But I think I'm going to do it slightly differently. Stop in Pounds I haven't stopped at before, and try to enjoy the area a little bit more. Certainly go to some of the more canal side pubs and stuff, which we didn't really do much last winter. So I'm going to try to do little bits like that. I've got someone coming around to install some hot water on the boat next week, which will be a bit of a lift, so that'll be good. I need to do some painting on the outside. So I'm trying to do some bits and pieces to keep things positive and keep everything upbeat. And on that note, if any of you guys have any ideas, certainly in terms of employment related, if you've got any opportunities that you think I'd be interested in, then let me know. I'm all ears at the moment. So and obviously I've got Project 57 coming, which is going to be a major boost, although I'm not going to be massively hands-on to begin with that. But it's obviously a big thing happening, and it's loads of positivity with that. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, any opportunities you've got, any jobs or any kind of things that you think I might be interested in, or you want me to do, or whatever, let me know. narrowboatjamesbill@gmail.com. I'll leave the email address in the description of this video, along with the clickable link as to how to join the channel. So that's it. That's all my news. That's why I've got the Narrowboat Blues, and that's how I'm hoping to beat them. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.